Okay, guys. Good morning, and welcome to a review of Botan Kamiina fully blossoms when she drunk. Last week was one of those impactful Yuri episode where Gujo's confessions to Ibuki, and looking back on it, it was sad. I find it really, really sad to see how that goes. Like, for real, you have no idea. Just that was sad. The way how that ended for Gujo, I really feel bad for her. And what makes episode 6 so intensified is they take Yuri intense to a whole nother level. You thought last week was that? This week got even worse. And I can see the Yuriness that's going on between Ibuki. Like, the whole thing's about Ibuki. Like you could sense in a person that this person is legit jealous, full of not rage, but you could tell just by that person's body language, just how they talk, and just how trying to get close to that person. They will go through the limbs. And after watching this episode last night, I said to myself, just how intensified this Yuri anime can be. I never suspected this. Never expected this to go out like that. I mean, like, after last week, I want to know what was the conclusion of it. Like, to end it with a cliffhanger like that, and in this episode with her making her debut, with this new character making her debut, I'm like, oh my god. And only being here, she would have been in one episode and just already causing chaos. But for Ibuki's case, it's so like, oh my god, we got some heat. But the theme for this episode was about, like, the social drinkers. Like, there's people in the world who drinks socially and not. Me personally, I'm a social drinker. Like, I get drunk I get drunk with a lot of people. I can't get drunk by myself unless I'm watching the playoffs or whatnot. But I get drunk normally 80% of the time is just me social drinking, and that's just me. But watching this episode, it's just like, you know what? You can sense the Yuri intensify has now gone from 0 to 100. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Episode 6 of Botan fully blossom when she's drunk. Okay, so the new girl makes her debut. Her name is Chinlan. Chinlan. I can't pronounce it. I'm just saying Chin. Now, she's from Taiwan, so she came back to visit for a few. She came back, and right off the gate, Ibuki, and Botan decides to hang out. Now, she's been there longer before Botan, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's been there longer than Botan. So she knows everyone in that dorm. So they go out, exploring, do a little sightseeing, and then they visit the cave, And this is where kind of the Yuri intense kicks into, like, level 1 right now. She gets afraid. She's afraid of the dark, afraid of these dark tunnels. I mean, this shows you that people are claustrophobic. People are afraid of dark caves. They scared to go through the tunnels, like this movie, The Descent. Why did I compare that to The Descent? But my point is, Botan being, like, Ibuki already left out the cave, and Botan is helping Chin, and then once, here's where it gets quick. This is where it gets intensified. The moment Botan grabbed her hand, Ibuki's face says it all. You know what they say? A picture's worth 1,000 words. Ibuki's face says it all. Literally says it all. Like, you don't understand that look on her face when she saw that. That's jealousy. That is cold-blooded jealousy. That you don't understand. Oh my god, that just right there. And then all of a sudden, she invite Ibuki and Chion for a beer, like, to drink. But you understand, Ibuki cannot drink when she's with other people. See, this just showed you that there's people who can't handle social drinking. When Ibuki drinks with Botan, it's all peachy, like one-on-one conversation. But with other people coming in, she always get the hiccups, like. So that causes jealousy for Ibuki, because Ibuki can only drink with Botan. And Chien wants to, she's like, oh, she can't drink? Okay, then you drink with me. And you can see the jealousy right there that Ibuki has, to the point where we got a little bit of a backstory with Ibuki. Because when Ibuki was out social drinking with a bunch of people, when Ibuki got drunk with a bunch of people, one of the college roommates said, "Oh, you are so annoying. You're so annoying. You're so over dramatic with the hiccups. Can you stop that?" Then that's why Ibuki refused to drink with other people, because of her hiccup situation. So much so, she took one for the swing and drank the whole glass of beer in front of Chien and Botan, which allowed which allowed Ibuki to go on the offensive, saying, "Okay, let's rent a room together." You can see that she really wants Botan in the room together. Now, aside from that, we got to see Kitamori and I forgot her name, Akane, had their moments. They had their Yuri moments, talking about their experience with drinking and being them together drinking. Like they had that kind of moment walking down the alley and seeing everyone having these social drinks. It just showed you that it just showed you that when drinking, it reveals your inner self. Like right now, today is Saturday. I'm fine. But if I go out after work and start drinking, I'm so in. I let out everything you can. Let out every feelings you want to say before you go off the offensive. And that shows you that social drinking could lead to annoying misunderstandings, those kind of things that stand out. But back to the Yuri intensifiedness. So Ibuki rented a room 207, which is kind of a reference to a hotel room in Japan. I forgot the name of it, but that was a little reference to it. That Chien was so drunk, Ibuki rented the room out, and she got the room for Chien. Now she's absolutely freaking drunk. Let's be honest. How many of you guys were drunk at one time and then you asked the randomest questions? That's that. See, that's what happened. So when Botan got you into her mattress, a futon, she literally, in her drunkiness, she asked, "Do you like Ibuki?" Yo, talk about bad timing. Not only she said it to Botan, but she said it in front. She said it behind Ibuki, where she had water, because water clears all things. But to say that at the heat of the moment, right towards Ibuki, damn, you could feel the intensity. You could feel the Yuri intense just went from level 1 to level 5. Wait, and that's not even the worst part. That's not even the worst part. You ready for this? That's not even the worst part. She, and oh my God, how do I, yo. First of all, Botan and Ibuki had a moment together. Every episode, Botan and Ibuki had a moment together every time. They shared drinks together, and Botan opened up her feelings for Ibuki, so much so that Chien heard everything. She heard the entire, I think she heard the entire conversation. I think she heard like half of it, because she's standing by the hallway, and I'm like, oh my God. Yo. Went from level 5 to level 10. You could sense the Uranus that is going to happen. Yo. And it's crazy because it's just crazy because she's a good character. I don't see nothing wrong with her. I absolutely see nothing wrong with her. But the fact that she was there at the last second, like, oh, she heard them talking about their feelings. Yo. Is this going to be a 3-way Yuri? Is this going to be Botan, Ibuki, and Chien? Is that going to be a Yuri ship going on? Is that a 3-way? Is it a 3-way? I don't know. I don't even know what her role is going to be. Is she going to be in this conversation confessing her feelings towards Botan? Is it going to be her conversation towards Ibuki? Like, what's going on? Ibuki is in the center, and there's like 3 trees here. There's the Gujo tree, there's the Botan tree, and there's Chindin tree. I don't know what branch is going to be with it. But Botan Ibuki is there. It's just there. And the way how it ended with them holding hands, leaning towards their heads like this, with their beer glass shots in front of the table, you could sense that there is a lot of good Uranus. Too bad It's a shame that we didn't really get them making out in the room alone. It's a shame. I understand you helped out a friend getting drunk in the room, but you wish you would expect that, hey, we got the room to ourselves. Why don't we make out, you know? But again, this is a Yuri slice of life. It's gonna get there. But overall, though, this episode is really good. I do feel bad, though, for last week with Gujo. But after this week, the Yuri intense just got even better. And I hope that next week's episode of it will be even more intensified as the show progresses. But for Ibiki, I sense something is going to happen even more. So thank you for watching my review of the show. I look forward for next week's episode, and I'm sure you will.